Hello Shudder lovers, friends. This movie will be enough to explain one Korean mystery, because the Korean mysterious horror movie we are going to explain today will actually panic you, so be careful. Its director's name is Nam-Kyun, and he is quite famous for Korean mysterious and horror movies. So let's move to the explanation of this movie you have been waiting for so passionately. The movie starts with a lady in a white dress who is reciting a magical mantra, and after some time many people start coming towards her and praising her. This lady's name is Miyang. Then the scene shifts and we see a concert going on when suddenly some panic is created, and people start running to get out. In this rush there was also a school student who fell down, and unfortunately people kept running over her, which caused her to die there. But she had a symbolic Jesus cross locket with the image of Jesus Christ inside it, and that cross also fell from her during this chaos, and this scene ends there. In the next scene we see a reporting room where Jung and his friend Jung are, and Jung's partner Minju also works with them. They all do online broadcasting together when they get information from a source that in a concert panic, a school student died. Hearing this, Jung immediately runs out of the newsroom because his daughter was also at that concert, and more painfully, she was not answering his calls, which made him suspect that his daughter might be the one who died. Now the scene shifts to the past, February 27, 2022, when Jung and his team had received a mysterious report. At that time, a presidential voting campaign was going on in the city, but along with it many unnatural incidents were happening, like a train derailing, a big strong bridge suddenly collapsing, and a highly safe and secure ship having an accident. In all these incidents, thousands of people had died. Here Jung gives his opinion, saying that these incidents are caused by the president and his party themselves because the crimes the president and his party commit have bad effects on them. So they sacrifice common people to divert that bad effect away from themselves, and maybe this time the president is also doing these incidents to complete some ritual. Minju, Jung's partner, had also created a research file about how similar incidents had happened during the last presidential election, and how the previous president also used to carry out rituals to win his election. But this was just a story or report they themselves created, because in reality they had no solid evidence. Actually, these people wanted to expose the lady in the white dress we saw at the beginning of the movie, meaning Miyang Ja, because she was quite famous for her rituals and even her mother was an expert in black magic. Here we also find out that Miyang Ja's husband was also a strong candidate for this presidential election. Her husband's name is Kim. He is a powerful politician and always moved around in luxury cars. Now this scene cuts, and the next scene starts on December 12, 2016, where Miyang Ja and Kim are seen together in a room, and soon Kim starts romancing his wife Miyang Ja, and also asks her what he should do to make a smart move in his political career. At first, Miyang Ja does not give him any good response, but then she advises him that to make the next move successful, he will have to perform a ritual. But while Kim was doing the ritual, some people saw him, and through research, Jung's team found out what Kim had done in 2016, and they also knew that in the upcoming election, Miyang Ja and her husband would definitely perform some evil ritual. Now Jung and his team meet another person who knew a lot about Miyang Ja and her mother's rituals, because this person was none other than Cha In-suk's ex-husband, and Cha In-suk was Miyang Ja's mother. He shared some very important secrets about his ex-wife and Miyang Ja's past, starting from 1987. When Miyang Ja was still a child, her father had died, but her mother sold all his properties and other assets, which gave her a lot of money to spend the rest of her life comfortably. But Miyang Ja felt very sad and depressed because of this incident. Now the scene shifts to 1990, and we see that even after many years, Miyang Ja was still depressed with those sad childhood memories. She, along with her two friends, played a demonic game called Bunshin Shawa, which directly connects people to spirits. While playing this game, many demonic things started happening, like curtains waving by themselves, then a window mirror falling and breaking on its own, and then a school student dying during the game. After the game ended, Miyang Ja looked into her dressing table mirror and wished to become the most powerful and extremely beautiful woman, and for this she got her first face surgery after some years, which made her look quite stunning. But she wanted to look even more stunning, so from 1992 to 2012 she tried too many plastic surgeries, which made her look extremely different and very beautiful. But now we see the scene from 1993, where Miyang Ja had come to a bar with her friends. She was enjoying herself a lot here, and then met some rich people, because it was her childhood wish to become rich and more powerful. Then she befriends a handsome and wealthy man, and there's even some romance between them. From this we learn how she became rich and how her childhood wish came true. Now the scene shifts back to 2022, where Jung's team is sitting with Miyang Ja's stepfather. His name is Hyung-suk, and just some time ago, Miyang Ja's mother separated from him. Hyung-suk then gives them the address of another lady, who was a friend of Miyang Ja's mother. This lady's name was Gunja, and she knew Cha In-suk, meaning Miyang Ja's mother, quite well. Jung's team goes to Miyang Ja's mother's friend to get some information. Gunja tells them that Cha In-suk's third husband was actually a president, whose name was Chairman Ja. This was a shocking revelation for Jung's team. Gunja explains how they used to go to bars to enjoy themselves, and she also tells them that in this year's presidential election, Shah himself is a presidential candidate. While traveling, the team stops near a village, where Gunja tells them that an evil ritual is also performed here. There's a man named Huang, who is also running for president this year, and he too performs rituals. While Jung's team is recording some videos inside a house, the person living there sees them on the CCTV footage. This person is none other than Huang himself. When they see the footage from inside the house, they are shocked, because it's the same house where Miyang Ja and others had taken a picture. Even after knocking, no one opens the door, so they leave. But Huang sends that CCTV footage to other politicians, showing how some people came there that day. After that, Gunja takes them to Monk's house. The door is already open, so they enter directly. Without permission, they reach a dark room, and while searching, they find some strange and terrifying tools related to rituals, which scares Jung's team. At that moment, an older woman with messy hair comes in. She says she is Monk's wife, and that her husband used to tell fortunes for Chairman Ja. But Miyang Ja and Monk were very close, and one day, some political party members saw them being romantic. Because of this, they killed her husband Monk. While talking, the woman becomes very sad and warns Jung's team to be careful with their work, because Miyang Ja is truly a bad woman who performs very evil rituals. After leaving Monk's house, they check that picture again. Now many things become clear to them. In the background of the picture, they notice a word they had ignored earlier. They research it and find something shocking. It was a Japanese word used in rituals, and the most shocking part was that for this ritual to work, more than 10,000 people had to be killed, which would give the person supernatural magical powers. This research transforms Jung's team's doubt into certainty, because these days, an unusually large number of people were being killed. Now after preparing a complete news report, Jung's team launches a broadcast that Kim has started his presidential campaign, but only with Miyang Ja's approval. Then we see how the news reporter reveals some secrets about Miyang Ja's rituals, and also gives full credit to Jung's team for exposing these bad rituals. This news quickly goes viral, and now people start appreciating Jung's team. Here Jung and his friends are also very happy. Then at night, when he was leaving his office to go home, his car's brakes stopped working. But since he was still in his office parking lot, he managed to avoid getting injured and easily stopped the car. Here he felt that some entity was permanently following him, and the scene cuts here. The next morning, he goes to the house of one of Miyang Ja's childhood friends for further research. Her friend Mina tells Jung's team some even more shocking facts. She says that Miyang Ja once had a boyfriend who was a political figure, but he got arrested due to some corruption cases. He was very close to Miyang Ja, so she offered a large amount of money to a court justice to get him bailed out. But the justice clearly refused. Miyang Ja got very angry about this, went home, prepared for a ritual, and through her evil ritual, killed that justice. Mina also reveals that all these demonic rituals were being arranged by Miyang Ja's mother Cha In-suk. After this research, they prepare another news report and launch a new broadcast. In it, Jung's team reveals further secrets about how Miyang Ja misused different people and politicians, and that now she is again participating in the presidential election with a new political party. But more research is still required on this matter. The very next day, Jung's team visits another monk named Jung. There they learn more details about Miyang Ja's past. Jung says that Miyang Ja had come to him some time ago, seeking a glorious future, and he had also performed some rituals for her. Jung warns that Miyang Ja is about to do something very demonic and dangerous, and the scene cuts here. In the next scene, we see Huang in the early morning visiting different places and performing special prayers. But after that, we see a very awkward and terrifying moment. Huang eats some meat, but it is uncooked. Then his face starts to disappear on its own, as if someone was erasing it, like words being erased from a notebook with an eraser. Then the scene shifts to Jung's room, where he is searching about Miyang Ja's past life and her friends on his laptop. At the same time, he receives an unknown message with a photo of a girl named Miyang Ja, along with her details. Jung finds this strange and checks for further details. In fact, Miyang Ja was a very close friend of Miyang Ja, but Miyang Ja cheated her by befriending Miyang Ja's boyfriend and even becoming intimate with him. When Miyang Ja found out, she became very angry and frustrated. She threatened Miyang Ja that she would tell all their friends about it, but this could have ended Miyang Ja's career, so she performed an evil ritual that killed Miyang Ja. The next morning, Jung's team airs a complete broadcast to discourage people from voting for Miyang Ja's party, meaning Kim's party, saying that Miyang Ja is not a good woman. Miyang Ja is Kim's wife. On voting day, Kim and his opponent have a tough competition, but Kim wins and becomes the president of Korea. Still, Jung's team has not been able to provide people with any solid evidence against Miyang Ja. Then the scene shifts to Jung's house, where Elisa is getting ready for school after breakfast. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Jung looks through the door glass and sees some government officials. He suspects that Kim and Miyang Ja must have sent them to search his home so they can destroy any evidence or information his team has collected against them. So Jung quickly transfers all the data to a pen drive and hides it inside a Jesus cross symbolic locket. Elisa leaves for school wearing that locket, the same locket we saw at the start of the movie when it fell from a school student's hand. The government detectives search the whole house but find nothing important. That's why they take Yoon to their investigation center for further questioning. Jung doesn't give them much information. In the next scene, we see Miyang Ja and Kim visiting Wuhan for a ritual. Kim tells him that he wants to construct his presidential office in a new location, so he asks Wuhan to perform a ritual and decide which place would be most suitable. Then, on the place chosen by Wuhan, a new and amazing building is inaugurated. This was a strange act, so all the citizens criticized it, and media persons kept questioning them, but Kim gave no response. At night, Miyang Ja buries some people's body ashes in front of the presidential house. This too was part of one of her rituals. Then in the next scene, we see a huge concert taking place where unnatural panic breaks out, and people start running in chaos. In this hustle and bustle, many people lose their lives. The noticeable thing here was that neither the security nor any police personnel were trying to control the situation, because this panic was deliberately created by President Kim's right-hand woman, Miyang Ja, so that people could be sacrificed for her ritual. After some time, Jung arrives there and sees Miyang Ja reciting some demonic mantra at the crime scene, and then suddenly she disappears. Just after that, when Wuhan arrives, Jung has already understood that these incidents were also part of Miyang Ja's rituals, but Jung was deeply saddened because of his daughter. The next day, Jung goes to a church. There, remembering his daughter, he breaks down in tears. The priest present in the church sees his pain, comes to him, and starts talking. Jung tells the priest everything about Miyang Ja and even provides all the evidence. This convinces the priest to hold a press conference against her. Jung's team sets up a complete arrangement, and the priest reveals how Miyang Ja has sacrificed thousands upon thousands of people through rituals just to gain more power for herself and for the presidential elections. After the priest, Jung comes on a live broadcast presenting evidence and explaining further details to the audience. During this live broadcast, Jung-Koo notices a comment. Someone says they can help end this evil ritual and asks Jung's team to meet them the next day at a certain game center. The next day, Jung's team arrives at the game center, but when they go to the table mentioned, they are surprised to see a child sitting there holding a lollipop. The kid asks them to come with him. Following the child, Jung's team reaches a big hall. Here, they are shocked to see that it's a ritual room filled with ritual-related items, with candles burning everywhere. The child then wears a long white shaman coat, sits at a specific spot, and closes his eyes. When he opens them, he is now possessed by a spirit and starts speaking in an adult's tone. He tells Jung's team everything everything Miyang Ja has done so far, and why she's doing it. He reveals that the government is sacrificing people to cover up its own crimes. Recently, they even staged accidents, and the ashes of the victims' bodies were buried in front of the presidential house. The spirit confirms that Miyang Ja is behind all these rituals because she wants to become the most powerful of all. But just as the comment in the live broadcast had promised to give a solution, here, the spirit gives no solution at all. The next day, Jung's team shares this entire information with the public in another live broadcast, which quickly goes viral and puts political pressure on Kim. Yet, Kim still shows no response. In the next scene, we see Miyang eating uncooked fresh meat for a ritual. Her mouth turns red, and even her dress is red. It's a terrifying sight. But a worker from the presidential house sees this and is horrified. When he goes home, he tells his daughter about it, and the news spreads quickly. When Jung's team hears about this ritual story, they immediately visit the worker's home to gather complete and accurate information. The worker then tells them about a secret pink house built on the right side of a mountain near the presidential house. Jung's team goes there, and through a live broadcast, shows the audience that this secret place was built by President Kim and Miyang Ja for demonic rituals. They even focus the camera on banners with Miyang Ja's name written on them. Inside that pink house, Miyang Ja is secretly watching them but doesn't react at that moment. That night, Miyang Ja begins a demonic ritual in which Kim and Wuhan also participate. They each injure one of their hands and pour their blood into a bowl that already contains some other liquid. Then, Miyang Ja drinks this bloody liquid. The next day, Jung and his news team were preparing reports when they received information from some sources that there was unusually heavy government official traffic on a certain mountain. Jung's team immediately went to the location and found a building under government custody where many officials were going in and out. It was decided that Minju would go inside for investigation. As soon as she entered, Chairman Zhao stopped her and asked who had given her permission to enter. Minju replied that she had come to see the antique items inside the building, so Chairman Zhao allowed her to stay. Shortly after, Jung also entered. Inside, they heard strange voices coming from one of the rooms. When they went closer to the door, they realized it was the sound of an evil ritual prayer. But as they were listening near the door, Zhao spotted them and immediately threw them out. Later, when Jung looked through a window, he realized it was an investigation team, so he instantly called Miyang Ja and told him everything. But Miyang Ja replied that these people wouldn't stay alive for long and they needed to be eliminated. Then Zhao went to Wuhan, who told him that the time for the final ritual had come. Shortly after, Wuhan disappeared, revealing that he was not a living human but a demon that Miyang Ja had kept for her rituals. Zhao then informed Miyang Ja that the final ritual time had arrived. Miyang Ja quickly called Kim and told her everything, and Kim gave orders to prepare for the ritual. This was going to be a massive demonic ritual that would make Miyang Ja the most powerful woman of all. The possessed child returned again. This boy was actually the son of Miyang Ja and Kim, but Miyang Ja had kept him hidden from everyone. The next day, the huge demonic ritual began. Meanwhile, Jung and his team were shopping at a store and came outside onto the road. As they were crossing, an unknown vehicle came and killed Nam-Kyun and Minju on the spot. Jung froze in shock, staring at their bodies, when suddenly another truck came and killed him too. In this way, the movie's three main characters were gone, and their mission was over. On the other side, the ritual continued, with someone giving a speech while Miyang Ja recited the prayers, and her son sat nearby. Suddenly, a spirit came out of her body. It was the demon Wuhan. The situation became uncontrollable. The scene was terrifying as people present at the ritual began vomiting blood and dying. Miyang Ja was also affected as blood started flowing from her eyes, and then the spirit returned to her body. Now the ritual she had been working on for years was complete, and she was extremely happy. In the next scene, a church priest was holding funeral prayers for Jung and his team, but here came a twist. The priest had the pen drive where Jung had stored all the evidence and information against Miyang Ja and Kim. The priest broadcasted it live in front of the public, and the video instantly went viral. From this, people learned the harsh truth that an ordinary citizen can do nothing against a powerful politician. The movie ended here. Although it was not a happy ending, it reflected the reality of today's world, showing just how powerful politicians truly are.